Hey everyone! So I've been getting a lot of questions recently about curly hair, whether it's about my hair personally or about how to manage curly hair. A lot of people have been telling me that they hate their curly hair, that it makes them feel ugly, it's frizzy, and I really wanted to make a video about it because that's something I can definitely relate to. You know, whenever you see a commercial for a hair product or a shampoo, you always tend to see the same type of hair, this very straight, very silky, shiny hair. Even the curly hair looks like straight hair that's been curled up with an iron. So you very rarely see natural curly hair, and people tend to forget what a blessing curly hair actually is, because you have the versatility that straight-haired girls don't have. You can wear your hair curly, you can make it wavy, or you could straighten it out, and you have the option of looking however you want. Also, healthy curly hair is extremely beautiful, it's extremely sexy, you know, and it is sort of a rarity. It's like a special, unique quality to have. So I suggest that all you girls with curly hair embrace it and learn to love it. And in this video I'm going to give you a few tips on how to make your hair as beautiful as possible to keep your curls as healthy as they can be. So my first rule is never ever brush your hair, especially when it's dry and even when it's wet. But if you brush curly hair when it's dry, it is going to turn into an afro puff, and I don't mean an afro in a good cool way, I mean like not a cute afro. You're going to want to use a wide tooth comb to brush through your hair, and you are going to want to deal with your hair mostly when it's wet and try to do as little as possible when it's dry, because once it's dry it's already in its form, the curls are as they're supposed to be, and you just don't want to touch it because you're going to mess it up and you're going to make it frizz out if you keep messing with your hair. And because curly hair breaks easily, you never want to comb it unless it has some kind of conditioner in it. My next tip has to do with shampoo and conditioner. Always use a shampoo and a conditioner that's moisturizing. I don't really care what brand you use. I have my own preferences as far as brand, but that's for another video. Whatever brand it is that you do use, make sure it says moisturizing or conditioning, or for dry hair, something of that sort. Because, and I'm going to keep reiterating this point through the whole video, you need to put moisture in your hair. If your curly hair is dehydrated, it's going to look like crap, period. So you need to constantly be pumping it with moisture. My next tip is use gel sparingly. There's really nothing more unappealing than a crunchy curl. And you know, if you use a lot of hair gel, you're going to get that hard, crunchy, wet looking curl that, I don't know, you might think it's pretty, but I don't. So leave-in conditioner is a must. That should be your staple. Load up on leave-in conditioner, curl defining mousse, and serum. You know, like Frizzies or BioSilk is my favorite. Just something that's very soft and that will keep the frizz levels down and that has that good consistency of a serum. These are all things that are good for curly hair. A really great and very easy tip that I have for combating frizz, which as you can see, I mean, I have frizz in my hair like crazy. I've damaged my hair in the past by dyeing it, and I'm on a quest now to make it healthy, but it's in no way perfect. But hairspray is great because you start to see that frizz forming, just like this top layer of frizz here. You just take hairspray, spray it all around the top where you have your frizz, and just use your fingers like this and just push the frizz down. And while it won't be getting rid of the root problem of the frizz, which is your lack of moisture and the way you've been aggravating your hair and everything, it won't be an eyesore anymore. And that is a really good trick for frizz. Please, please, by all means, if you can, avoid heat. Always avoid heat. I don't. I straighten my hair, not gonna lie. It's probably the reason why my hair hasn't gone back to its full health yet, because maybe once a month, sometimes twice a month, I'll straighten my hair, and it's not good. Yeah, it looks good when it's straight, but the amount of moisture that it takes out of your hair, it will take you like weeks to put that back in. You just don't want to do anything that's going to fry your hair, because it's going to make it frizzier, it's going to make it look dull and lifeless, and actually if you're trying to grow your hair, it's going to slow down your rate of growth as well. Okay, next I would advise you to wash your hair as little as possible. And I know for some people maybe who are used to washing their hair every day or every other day, you might be like, ew, gross, but to be honest, because our hair naturally does not have the oil of straight fine hair, it's not as oily, it's naturally so dry, it's okay to go longer without washing your hair because it's not going to get all oily and then build up dirt and all that stuff. If I can wash my hair like once a week, I'll do that. Sometimes I can't. Like if I'm playing a lot of sports or working out a lot, or you know, just being very physical, or if I go to the beach or the pool, which in the summertime there's more of, obviously it's harder to keep your hair healthy in the summer, then I have to wash it often. But when I'm not involved in all those activities and everything, I try to wash it once a week. If I can do it less, I'll do it less. Very important is to have a deep conditioning regimen. So I would recommend once a week putting a deep conditioner in your hair, leaving it in at least 30 minutes, and preferably overnight. This is still all about moisturizing, and this is a good way to just give your hair a blast of moisture, especially if you're using heat. At any point you need to deep condition your hair. And you can get a cream, you can get an oil. If you're broke and you can't buy anything, you can use mayonnaise or you can use olive oil. All the time I put just straight up warm olive oil in my hair, and I drench it and saturate it, and I leave it in for hours, and it's really good for your hair. But I get this one that's like it's a placenta. I don't know from what animal. I think it's whale, and I know that sounds weird, but it works really well. And it's an oil, and you heat it up and put it in your hair, and that's like I think $1 at the beauty supply store. Go to Sally's, you'll find a ton of deep conditioners. My next bit of advice is to trim your hair often. If you can do it every month, that would be great, but every 6 to 8 weeks is fine. Trimming your hair is good because it opens up your hair shaft. It allows your curls to take that spiral shape a lot more easily. Also, when you get your hair cut, hopefully you have a good stylist who knows how to shape curly hair, because it does need to be shaped differently than straight hair. I recommend cutting curly hair when it's wet, because then your stylist can see the shape that your curl naturally takes and not the shape that you've manipulated it into. I would recommend a haircut with layers for curly hair. It's very rare that somebody can have curly hair that's all one length and not have that like triangle look. It's like my shortest layer is right there, and my longest is like goes down my back. My last tip is sort of like the universal beauty tip. This applies to everything. Doing this will not only improve your hair, but your nails and your internal organs and everything. If you haven't already guessed, it's drinking water. Internally moisturizing your body, hydrating your body, it's going to take an effect on your hair. You will see your hair become shiny and lustrous. You'll see your skin become free of all blemishes, and you'll start to glow. Your eyes become clearer. It's just absolutely the best beauty tip ever. Just drink water. Try to practice these tips, because believe me, I've had my curly hair for 25 years. It's been a hassle. It's taken me a long time to figure out what to do, and those are some things that are pretty much fail-proof. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.